Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by collegedunia.com. Collegedunia is one of India's leading education portals catering to students, parents, and education industry players who are seeking information on exams, cutoff, student reviews, or applying to colleges. Thoughts on Education initiative is to enrich the user experience at collegedunia.com and try to bridge the long due gap between the vision of top management and the students or parents. Today, we have with us Dr. A.K. Suryavanshi, Director of Amity Business School, Mumbai. Welcome to the show, sir. I would like to begin by enlightening our audience with a brief introduction of yours. So, everyone, Dr. Hello.
We have seen technology, and in last 1 year since COVID-19 impact due to this health crisis, we have seen everybody, right from faculty to students to staff to the education ecosystem, trying to adopt the new way of learning. But the key factor remains the desire to contribute to a student's life.
Okay, sir. So, moving on to our next question. Being the director of Amity Business School, what is your philosophy of leadership, or how would you describe your leadership style as?
This is a very good question and something very close to my heart. As far the leadership development is concerned, that if you look at the kind of institute Amity Business School Mumbai, which is part of Amity University Mumbai, my way of working has been participative, yet very firm, because academics cannot prosper unless there is a self responsibility and self accountability. So, as part of my work, right from day one, when the participants, in the B school, we don't call students, we call them participants.
Yeah.
The moment they come inside, we don't call them boys and girls, especially at Amity Business School Mumbai. We treat them as ladies and gentlemen, and we always have tried to groom them. But the pertinent point is that my leadership style is greatly inspired by our founder president, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, and the constant inspiration and motivation by my own chancellor, Dr. Asim Chauhan. So, I'm just trying to follow their footsteps because the benchmark and standards are so high at Amity Business School, Mumbai, Amity University, Amity Education Group as a whole, that we have to simply emulate, maybe with some kind of adaptability, and I can say also trying to involve more and more students. But the leadership style has been to create more leaders. In a faculty group which I'm part of, I never say I lead, actually. We are part of. Faculty cannot be run through a straight jacket approach. It has to be very, very participative. It has to be, I will say, shared responsibility. And everybody contributes, right from participants to a staff. Normally, in a university, we don't mention staff quite often, but their contribution is so immense, right from
Yeah.
peon. So I normally take everyone is a leader, I guess, be it participants, be it a staff, be it a faculty member, or even myself. So it is like co-learning, co-working, shared responsibility, and trying to be in the footstep of our founders.
Okay. So moving on to our next question. Being the director, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your institute?
For my B school, which I'm fortunate to be part of and trying to give some directions, we work very cohesively and we're like a close knit team. It's not a director or professor, senior professor decides what to do with the program. Normally, we have very well structured system, which is very, I can say, process driven and qualitative process driven. What we do that any new program or even a deviation in the program, I'll say a specialization or a new program, whatever we try to conceive, we take it through, a planning and monitoring board. Then we take this up to our respective board of studies, whereby a lot of external experts are invited so that they can share their views and guide us. Once it is through, then we get it adopted by our academic council and final approval. Then the marketing team, admission team, we have very able admission team here. We sit together and try to work out what would be our right participant group to whom we should offer this program and who can come to our university and add a lot of value.
Okay,
And
sir.
then we try to devise the various engagement model. But that one thing which very core is that we believe in storytelling. Let
Okay.
the good work be, good work is spread through storytelling.
Okay. Okay, sir. So moving on to our next question. The education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
Uh, it's a very pinning question, but I'll tell you, the system of global education delivery and global education outcome and Indian education delivery and Indian education outcome are a bit different, definitely, and whereby they are focusing more about articulation by students, participants, what they try to improve upon. They also try to focus upon self-engagement by participants with all stakeholders, specifically corporate policymakers. In India, it is more of a concept of hand-holding.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes from our very traditional Gurukul system, where hand-holding was part of our work culture. But at Amity Group, Amity Business School, Mumbai, I can say that if the participants come here, they are already having so many opportunity to be part of international diaspora. I tell you how. We have a very unique offering through Amity Universities, Amity Education Group's 11, 12 global campuses, right from USA, UK, Amsterdam, Mauritius, Singapore, Kenya, and Tashkent, and so many other places. What we do, we have a study abroad program we call SAP. So every participant can choose to spend close to 2 months time during summers by visiting our international campus, getting taught there by international faculty, going for a corporate visit, seeing themselves how the Western world or the other parts of the world operate,
Yeah.
and see the benchmark. So this is one. Second, we have also a program called Three Continent. In the business school, we have a program, for example, MBA, but we have MBA Three Continent, and whereby a participant studies in three continents. One is Asia, which is India itself, the home country, and our mother campus. And then they spend close to one semester to United Kingdom, around 3 months in UK in our own campus, and 3 months they spend in USA. So any participant that chooses to do three continent program, they do that. Recently, during pandemic, in fact, our core group has launched a very good initiative called Global Study Program (GSP). GSP is different from SAP, Study Abroad Program. Under Global Study Program, Amity Group has a lot of MOU and close association with the very big universities and reputed universities. For example, Australia, you have it Monash University, and several other universities are there. So hereby, suppose MBA I'm talking about, 2 years MBA program, participant can study 1 year here and can get transferred for second year directly to the Australian
Uh,
campus
that is
or to the
great, sir.
UK campus. And
That
it's
is
not
great.
and it's not limited to business.
Yeah.
Anybody studying engineering, economics, liberal arts, business management, a host of programs. So we have very close association. So what we see that even during a participant may not afford entire 2 years or 3 years or 4 years abroad. One can definitely study part here, and they can get a credit transfer. And most important, they get degree from the host, international university. Suppose somebody goes from here to Monash, they get degree from Monash.
Oh,
Suppose someone goes to UK to Northampton University, they get degree from there. So this is at Amity Group, we have taken care that even you are India, but actually you are a part of the world.
yeah, sir. So, moving on to our next question. When you first visited the Amity Business School, what was your vision for the institute? Has it ever evolved over the time? And how far along in implementing that vision of yours?
Uh, See, when I first visited our university, which is located close to Mumbai, and in fact, it is closer to Lonavala.
Yeah.
So while I was driving, we saw the board of Lonavala only 40 kilometers. So the first feeling was a very good feeling that, okay, I'm already in to this place and very pristine environment.
Yeah.
And our university is right on the Mumbai-Pune Expressway. So you can see that Mumbai-Pune Expressway just goes, very strategic location. The first time when I visited, it was pristine, beautiful campus, very nice infrastructure that any global university can aspire for. Very good set of people, self-driven, shared responsibility. What I talked in the
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah,
and very very good environment actually. A very open environment actually. We don't have a straight jacket or you can say a regimented environment. Everybody is free, but everybody is supposed to uphold the value system.
yeah,
So when I visited there, I was very happy, very excited. And over the period of time, we have tried to improve our university in all way, be it students enrollment that has gone up tremendously a lot. That shows that our children and parents, most important, have faith in our pedagogy, faith in what we say. And thereafter we also try to have people from outside Maharashtra, Mumbai. So I can tell you close to 53% of our participants are from all across India.
okay,
So that has happened, and our work is still going on because in academics, it's never
yeah,
today. At the end of the day, everything closes. That doesn't happen. So we are very happy. We are very excited to contribute to society, and every one of us is working towards that. But I'm very, confident, and I'm very hopeful that our university will be ranked very high, not only in India but globally also.
yeah, sir, sure. So moving on to our next question. Any insights into how your institute could be more welcoming to the students of different races or economic backgrounds?
Inside, see, at our system, we put a lot of efforts on our homework, what we do. As is our, university and business school is very open to everybody. So we have a tie with banks who are very forthcoming. They're very supportive. If anyone wants to take education loan, our fees are very, very moderate. So you can say that banks these days offer up to 7 lakhs without much collateral. And on the admission letter, unless, of course, the background checks are required as per the Government of India norms, but our students, they never get, deprived due to financial constraint because banks are very helping. And the second, our environment, I'll say about, staying, accommodation, etc. It's so well designed that participants do not feel away from home. I can say cafeteria and canteen and the dining facilities are on the global standard. So you can have a lunch at I say as amount as the 35 rupees, a full wholesome lunch, which is my favorite, and you can spend 300 rupees on any fast food. So it's up to you, and
Okay,
that's
sir.
how we believe into that. Students must try to manage their life as per their budget, as per their choice and constraints.
Yeah, sir. So, sir, moving on to our next question. What do you think your roles and responsibilities are towards the institute and the students?
My roles are clearly defined. As a professor of marketing and strategy, I teach a course in marketing, especially, and sometime at strategy. Then leading this business school also requires constant planning and to ensure that no participant has a problem while being on campus or away from the campus. And the third is about the faculty development program. We run a lot of faculty development modules
Okay.
whereby our faculty develop every day. And most important is that as a head of the business school, academic head of the business school, and the part of the senior team of university, my roles are also to ensure that some part of executive education take place, and constantly our university is moving towards a better position day by day. So right from teaching to academic administration to taking care of faculty and their roles and responsibility, faculty development, to most important to take care of program outcome, whether program outcomes are met, and trying to bring some innovation. For example, last 2 years, we have moved part of our courses through simulation,
Okay.
and some part we have done through experiential learning. So experiential learning where the participants learn by experimentation in the field. So protagonist led driven. So it's not only through case studies, but tailing a protagonist in the field. So they spend a lot of time with the actual practitioners. And we have beautiful city office We call it core city office at heart of Mumbai. It sits in Kurla. So there also participants travel almost every week to meet the corporates who are not able to travel or they have a constraint there. So my role is a wholesome role, it is a participatory role, but to ensure that the quality is prevailed.
Okay, sir. So moving on to our next question, what do you think should be your institute's top priority for next 10 years?
Our institute top priority is capacity expansion right now, because definitely we need more infrastructure to accommodate many more participants. A lot of people apply to us. That's one. Second is that trying to get some of the international faculty on short-term visits. We were very hopeful that some people will come. We had started the work through our well-wishers and partners globally, but I think post-pandemic, maybe from the new academic year that is coming from July 2021, we
Yeah.
would be definitely requesting a lot of international faculty members to come and spend at least a week in our campus and meet our participants, interact with them. Two, third was also to adopt a more and more technology, because these days participants do not like to be taught everything. They would like to learn part of the program, part of the course in their own time, in their own style.
Yeah.
So to achieve to what we say hybrid model in a
Yeah.
better way. And I'm very glad that every university, not only ours, have adopted some kind of hybrid model. So we'd
Yeah.
like to make it a bit better, actually.
Okay, sir. So moving on to our next question, what do you see as amateur business school's greatest strengths?
Ah, our greatest strength will be value system. Definitely, the value system.
Okay.
At our university, business school, Amity group as a whole, this is one thing, value system. And what our founder fathers call is sanskar.
Yeah.
Sanskara is the first. This is the first. This is the best strength we have. It has never happened that at Amity, any child has suffered or any child who is willing to study has been denied. It has never happened. So our value system is I can say inspiring. You know
Yeah.
that probably pushes all of us ahead.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, what do you see as some of the biggest challenges for higher education in general and for amateur business schools specifically?
Higher education for general, I see, and to be very candid, leadership vacuum, and that is to do with the policy, because we have close to 950, 960 universities,
Yeah.
including Central University, private state university, deemed to be university, and beside so many good and great center of excellence and institutes of repute, which is approved by an act of parliament, like NITI. So the greatest problem is a leadership pipeline. And probably at Government of India level, we need to establish a leadership pipeline, leadership training institute, whereby a professor who is keen to handle the leadership role goes through at least 1 year of a rigorous program to learn the leadership qualities, the task orientations, and also the challenges that come with it, and so that they are very well aware about policy matters, regulatory matters, how things move. So this is one. Second is that we are cramming our classes a lot. We teach a lot of things, and our students, you must have noticed yourself, are lack in articulation. You look at, I mean, articulation of the way they write, and they're very, our students are very genius actually, very intellectual. But if you ask them to articulate, so articulation to comprehension and putting in writing, they lack. But if you look at the Western developed economy students, they might not be very hardworking, but their articulation is very, very good.
Yeah.
Right from the school day, they have been told how to articulate. That is, how do I say, internal argumentation is very high, not a cross,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
self argumentation. So their thought process is very clear. So that's the reason we'll find most of the very big range of writing come from the Western world, especially in the technical education and to the education business school to which I belong. Everything comes from West. In India, very less. Now it is emerging, no doubt about it. But that is one thing. The leadership challenge at the university, And second is that how do you, improve articulation in students. And overall, if you look at the third is also there. There is a lot of, I'll say, not fair treatment to skill development. Now, of
Okay.
course, with the policy, things will improve, but skill
Yeah.
development, if you acquire few skill on your own through Coursera or through Khan Academy or through SWAYAM, it is still not very well respected. I hope that the corporate, nothing to do with the government, they have already excellent policy they have established. But the corporate sector, I come from a corporate sector myself 20 years back. But I wish that they equally respect that, they adopt that, they give the due weightage to those kind of skill degrees or skill set which is acquired by the participants while they are studying a regular program. So, and as far the Amity Business School Mumbai or Amity University is concerned, the challenge is that how do I attract international students? I have not been very lucky so far, except around 4 5 who have come from outside. But I wish that at least 10% of my program batch participants are international, so that participants can learn a lot through peer group interaction.
Yeah, sir. So, sir, this brings us to the last question for the day. Any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Suggestions, if you ask me, will be for few actually. One will be, stay focused. Don't attempt too many things at the same time. Practically not possible, you know. So stay focused. That's one. Second is that please adopt some value system. Do not fall prey on temptations.
Yeah.
Temptation will always put you down. So this is there, which every participants and students, must try to gain from. And third is that, do not regret too much that you didn't do so well in school, or hey, you were terrible, or probably your neighbor said that you cannot do, or they said that somebody's son is doing this, you are not doing that. Never regret. Past is a past. Past buried is better kept. So, to these few suggestions, but the most important, if you ask me, stay focused.
Yeah, sir.
That's
So,
important.
yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir. This was certainly an insightful session. So, everyone, this was Dr. A.K. Suryavanshi, Director of Amity Business School, Mumbai, on the episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by collegeunia.com. Thank you, sir, very much for giving us your valuable time speaking to us amidst your busy schedule. We look forward to interacting with you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.